Pop Culture Chef starts now. Hi, I'm Jay Stanley, and I'm setting a table just for you.
Hi, this is Renee Stanley for Sweetidahopie. Today we're making a lemon sponge pound cake. This cake is very light and fluffy. It's not like your usual dense cakes. It's perfect for the summertime, spring, when you don't want something really heavy but you have a sweet tooth. So let's show you how to make that. We'll set it up for you so you'll see how it can be served. I'm going to make a large portion because I'm giving away small ones as gifts. So I'm making 3 small ones and 1 large one. You don't really have to put anything on this cake. It has 4 cups of sugar, and 12 eggs. So it's sweet enough. You can just dust it with a little confectioner's sugar. But I went ahead and decorated it because I'm addicted and I guess, very creative. I like to do all kind of stuff. All right, so. But I think you'll enjoy it. I know you will if you make it. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. And so, 4 dozen eggs, 4 cups of sugar, and only 3 1/4 cups of flour. I mean, I'll have the recipe down there for you, but it doesn't take a lot of ingredients, but you do have to have some fresh lemons. Okay, there's no baking powder. You're going to use cream of tartar and eggs. That's going to hold the whole thing up. I'm not a big baking powder person. I know that most people put baking powder in their cakes. I get it. But I tend to think after a few days, it dries them out. If you eat it right away, it's fine. But a couple days later, it starts to get dry. I don't like that. All right, so this is the lemon sponge pound cake. It's a favorite of everyone in my family. Enjoy. And so this is how the 3 small bundt cakes are going to look when you finish. Aren't they pretty? And then I decided to put a little bit of food color in and decorate it. But you don't have to decorate it. I have some strange addiction to doing that. So, but what I did was I put the yellow glaze on. On top of that, I put buttercream. I put it in a piping bag, did little cute little things. Then I put a couple little gold sprinkles on. And then I put some powdered sugar. Then I add some lemon slices. And this is all totally unnecessary. So you could just serve it like it is with some whipped cream or even plain. It has plenty of sugar. It's very sweet. All right, so I started with 12 egg whites. I separated them. The 12 egg whites went in a larger bowl, and the 12 egg yolks went in the smaller Pyrex glass cup that I have there. I think that's a 8-cup Pyrex dish, yeah. And then I only use a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar because cream of tartar is bitter. You only want to use a very little amount. All right, so I had 4 cups of sugar, and I used 2 cups in the egg whites because you want to use get the egg whites nice and fluffy, and you want the sugar to dissolve in it. So I added at the beginning, but you can add a little bit, as you go along if you prefer. I find it makes no difference, so I put the whole thing in at once, and I let it. I just let it beat. While I'm beating the egg yolks, I let the automatic beater or the hand mixer. No, that's not a hand mixer. The stand mixer mix the egg whites for me. So this way I don't have to do one after the other. I can do them at the same time. I put in sugar into the egg yolks. And at this point, I'm just putting a small amount of sugar. And I decided to put the salt in with the flour just to get it off the table. I put everything on the counter at the same time so I won't forget anything, because I'm getting older. Yeah, I'll forget if I don't put everything out. So that's why I did that. I only put a half cup of sugar in the egg yolk. And it doesn't have to be exact, but you can measure if you're not used to doing it. I just do it so much. The other cup and a half of sugar that's left is going to cream the butter. Yeah, okay. And you want to let the egg whites get to fluffy white peaks. It's going to be glossy. The egg yolks, you're going to beat them until they're nice and creamy. They're going to form a ribbon when you lift the beaters up. Now, you want to take your room temperature milk and you're going to pour half of that into your egg yolks and then continue to beat them. They're still going to be fluffy. It's going to look kind of like a thick milkshake. Once your egg whites are fluffy, you're going to go ahead and transfer the egg whites into a large bowl. And don't worry about not getting all of the whites off the mixer, the beater, because it's not going to hurt. Go ahead and use it for the when you cream your butter and sugar. It'll be fine. I make this all the time. Just get as much off as you can and then don't worry about it. Okay, you're doing great. Now we're going to take 4 sticks of butter, which is 2 cups, and we're going to put it in our large bowl. Yeah, the same bowl we have the whites in. If you want to clean it out, it's fine. You don't have to do that. But the 4 sticks of butter are going to be combined with half cup of sugar. And once that's combined, you're going to cream it in the mixer. I use the stand mixer, but you can mix it with the manual mixer if you like. You know, that's fine. Yeah, you could do it that way. And now you want to add the remaining sugar to the 4 sticks of butter. That's 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. And you want to cream it, you know, very well, maybe 10 minutes, you know. Just want it nice and creamy, nice and soft. All right, and don't worry if you are not as neat as you could be. Not too much sugar came out of that, just a little bit. All right, so we're gonna cream it, and then you want to take that warm milk. You have a little bit still left from the 6 tablespoons. You have 3 left. Okay, so take the room temperature milk And as soon as that butter and sugar is creamed very nicely, you can go ahead and add your warm or room temperature milk to that mixture. Yeah, right, to that mixture is fine. And you want to add lemon zest, 2 lemons. Make sure they're yellow, no green lemons, please. You want to keep that pretty yellow color in the cake. And then you want to go ahead and add 2 teaspoons each. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 2 teaspoons of the lemon extract. Now you want to add the flour. And you don't have to alternate it. You can put all the flour in as long as you put it in evenly around your bowl there. And then after you add the flour, you want to add the egg yolk mixture right on top of the flour. And of course, before you beat it, you want to mix it a little bit so you don't have flour flying all over the all over the place like I do sometimes if I'm tired or. So yeah, I kind of see how I kind of mixed up a little bit so it won't fly all over the place, you know? Last, and that's after your flour's been incorporated. I want you to take you a minute or so to get the flour incorporated. This you're near the end now, so all right. Then you're gonna take your flour mixture with all the egg yolks and that sugar and butter and stuff. You're gonna fold it into the egg whites. And what I normally do is I take a little bit of the egg whites first, and I incorporate that first, just maybe a little bit of it. I mean, most of you guys know how to fold, but this is what I do. I take a little bit first, I fold that in, and then after I fold that in, I just dump the whole thing in with the egg whites and fold that in. And that's the end of that. And then it's ready to go into the pans. I don't waste too much time. As long as it's incorporated well, you just don't want any white spots. I'm sure you know that. You just want to incorporate it so that you don't, because if you leave white spots, you kind of know this. When you bake it, you're going to have white egg whites, pieces of egg whites in your cake. So when you fold, just make sure you fold it properly. Just incorporate it all together. You don't want to deflate all the egg whites. So that's why I say fold it. Don't stir it, fold it. But yeah, you do. The egg whites are going to hold this cake together. It's going to make it so light and beautiful. So you want to go ahead and fold it in, and you want to make sure that you get it incorporated with the batter. The egg whites and the batter should be one when you're finished. Okay, so now your cakes are ready to go into the oven. And we're going to put it in the oven at 325 Fahrenheit And of course, the smaller cakes are going to be ready before the larger cakes. So you just got to keep your eye on it, okay? And they came out at 420. So give it about 40 minutes. And then the larger cake probably takes an hour, you know, a little longer. And they come out just as beautiful. I don't use spray. You can use spray, I guess, you know. I do the old-fashioned way like my mom does with the flour and the shortening. And that's because that's the way I like a nice crust on it. It gives me a nice crust with the flour and the shortening. And it's a soft cake. You know, you'll I should have poked it a little bit for you. But yeah, they're soft. They're cushiony, spongy, you know. And I put it by the window here. I don't know if you can see the windowsill from the picture. Okay. And I have the window cracked a little bit so it can cool off. This way I can ice it and kind of get out the kitchen. All right. So now I'm taking out the larger cake. And as you can see, it's spongy too. Yeah, there it is. I could have did a better job with the flour. But that's okay. Only because you know, if you glaze it, it doesn't matter. It will be fine. You put some powdered sugar on it if you want. Or like I said, just serve it the way it is. I can't tell you how many people adore that cake. Just the way it is. They don't want any whipped cream on it. They don't want any topping. Give it the way it is. All right, that's fine. But in this particular case, I did do a icing with a 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice, 2 cups of confectioner's sugar. And I did put a little dye in it because you know, some people like the lemon cake to look yellow, hot yellow, you know. But normally I would not. Yeah, I use dye all the time because I do some cake decorating. I understand it's necessary for a very festive look. But yeah, I would rather have it with, you know, with just the you know, a natural look with, which is just the lemon juice, you know. All right, so we did we glazed it with the yellow, and that was fine. You know, we put some on each one. Very rustic. If you want it to fall down the whole thing, which is some people just cover the whole thing, just put it in the oven or the microwave for a little while, and of course it will get very liquidy, and you could do it that way. I was doing a different type of decoration. I needed my icing to be on top so it could stick to the rest of the things that I was piling on top of that. Because on top of the icing, I'm going to put some buttercream. I'm going to put sprinkles. I'm going to kind of pile stuff on. I'm going to put powdered sugar. And I needed something to adhere to. So that's why I kind of clumped it on top, because I needed it to adhere to the other things that I was putting on top of the cake. But you don't have to do that. As I said, you can let it melt and then let it run down. You know, if you like. The rest of my lemon juice I saved for another time. Lemon juice you can always freeze. I think some of you know that. So whenever you squeeze your lemons and you strain them, you can put them in a nice container and freeze them, you know, and you're fine. You know. So I put my this one, I have it running down a little bit more. So I went ahead and put it in the oven. So that's why this one is a little bit more liquidy than the other guy. But, you know, cake decoration is such a subjective form of art. You decorate it whatever way you want. But I'll say it again. People love it plain. You know, if you want to put something on it, you could dust it with some powdered sugar. But a cup of coffee, tea, you'll never have a better pound cake if you like lemons, you know. And can you do the recipe without the lemon? Yeah, you could. It'll work without the lemons, but I just like that taste that the lemon gives it. I don't know. Lemon is such a nice fruit. God bless a lemon. You know, you can use it in your lemonade. You can use it in your tea. A lot of recipes, if you put lemon in it, it just tastes a little different than someone else's. Sets it apart, you know? All right. So we went ahead and we put our first layer of decorations on. We just did it very rustic, as you can see. And then we have it near the window again, so it's gonna cool. Because once we put the buttercream on, it had to be cool. And you know why? Because that would have been a mess. The buttercream would have melted. And now is the fun part. We take our buttercream, because our cakes are now very cool, and we go ahead and pipe some across the top. Yeah, we're sad puppy. We pipe when it's not even necessary. But like I said, I'm making these for somebody, and they like those little touches, whatever. That's fine. After I put the buttercream on, I took some gold sprinkles. You can get these anywhere. Well, I put the powdered sugar on first. I should say that. All right. So then we took these gold sprinkles you get from Michael's, or can you get them from Walmart? I don't know. Any hobby store. They're little candies. They're edible gold sprinkles. And yeah, just go ahead and put the edible gold sprinkles on top if you want to. Like I said, very very decorating is, as I said, it's very subjective. But that's what I did. I took the sprinkles and I just put them across the top there. And of course, once you put the sprinkles on, you could always stop there, because it gives it such an angelic look, with the white sprinkles and the gold on top. You don't really have to go any further than that. Isn't that pretty? Just the way it is. But of course, I went ahead then and sliced some lemons because, as I said to you earlier, I'm probably a little addicted to cake decorating. So I then went ahead and once I put them on the cake boards, I transferred them over. Then I took some lemon slices and I just put lemon slices on top. Yeah, there they go. That was my presentation when I had my company, and I gave some of them the little cakes to take home with them. And they love them. So you can do this too. Yeah, you can do it. But thank you for joining me. I always love spending time with you. Until the next time, we'll make some more stuff. Cooking is fun. Baking should be relaxing. I bake when I can relax. I don't like to bake when I'm under pressure. I hate when people I need a cake right away. I'm not the one. Yeah, because I like to do it because I want to do it. I don't want to be forced to do it, And there's a close-up. See how light? And you can even see the little pieces of zest in it. This is not a dense cake. If you put two cakes together, the lemon sponge and a lemon sour cream cake or whatever, you're going to see the lemon sponge cake is, of course, much lighter. So enjoy. Love ya. Talk to you soon. Bye, babies.